Hi, I'm Patsy. One of the ways I look after my well-being is by expressing myself through my writing. I wrote this blog quite a few weeks ago and I'd like to share it with you. It's entitled My Life Matters. It certainly has been a time of turmoil over the past few months, personally, professionally, nationally and globally. Most recently has been the Black Lives Matter and I can't breathe reaction to the killing of George Floyd in America. The emergence of research showing that people from BAME backgrounds are dying disproportionately from COVID, and of course the lockdown. For me personally, it all became real right at the beginning, even before lockdown, when my younger cousin died suddenly and unexpectedly from the virus. The shock rippled through our family that the youngest of 6 siblings was taken from us way before his time. He was in his early 40s and left behind a wife who also had the virus and 2 beautiful teenage daughters. A gentle giant of a man with a heart for family and a strong work ethic. His black life snuffed out just like that. Before this happened, I didn't think the virus had much to do with me, but losing someone from my family, from my race, jolted me hard. I was afraid, and then the fear turned to anger when I read the stories of many other black lives being lost. There were lots of theories about why it was happening. Pre-existing conditions, lack of vitamin D, lower immune system efficiency due to cultural weathering, lower paid jobs on the front line being predominantly done by black people, health inequalities, overcrowding, multi-generational living, and institutional racism. All I know was it made me sick to my stomach. I watched the daily briefings, listened to webinars, and saw more and more people who looked like me and who I knew personally and professionally being affected and dying. When the killing in America happened, literally before our eyes, seeing George's life ebb away as he repeated, "I can't breathe." It was like the camel that broke the straw's back. It mirrored what the virus was doing. One of the last things my dear cousin had said was he was afraid to go to sleep because he couldn't breathe. I count myself being fortunate to have friends from many different nations and different races. I have black friends living in the UK and America, where we are in the minority, who feel the same emotions I do. I have family and friends in Africa and the Caribbean, where they are the majority, who have a totally different experience. I have Southeast Asian friends who feel excluded from the term BAME. I have mixed race friends and couples, and of course, I have many white friends. My white friends have all sorts of views, opinions, fears, and feelings of outrage or indifference, discomfort, guilt, or denial. Some are acutely aware that racism still exists. Some are aware that their white privilege and some are oblivious that just love everyone. I'm astounded by the variation, but value the opportunity I've had to open dialogue among my friends. There are things we don't agree about, and that's fine because we're friends. There are things that are difficult to say and hear, but it makes our relationships richer for having the courage to share. There are things some friends will never understand, and that is fine too, because although we're friends, we are all different. There are things we will all get wrong, including me, and that's okay too. In fact, I mixed up Denzel Washington and Jamie Foxx the other day, something I'd have criticised a white friend for doing, maybe even accusing them of seeing all black people as looking the same, something that's happened to me many times in my life, being called by somebody else's name. I think what the events of the past few months, and in fact my whole life experience of racism and sexism and classism and mental health stigma and all the other inequality and discrimination has taught me is that the main issue is about value. Just as it's important on a personal level that we value our own self-worth, it's also important that we value every human life as having equal value.